A good dinner of Shabbos. This week's Parshas, Behaaloscha. Parshas Behaaloscha starts off with Hashem commanding Aaron HaKohen to light the menorah. It says Behaaloscha saneros el mul penei hamenorah ir shava saneros. And Rashi explains, what does it mean Behaaloscha saneros? Rashi says that it had to be it had to be that he had to light the menorah until the fire of the menorah was able to stay on its own. It was an independent fire. It didn't need Aaron to stay there to make sure it was lit. It was able to go up on its own. And then the next pasuk tells us, Vayaskein Aaron, Aaron did it, and Rashi points out and emphasizes the Hagid Shvachei Shel Aaron Shalei Shina, to tell us the praise of Aaron HaKohen, that he didn't deviate. Okay, I mean, it's nice Aaron didn't deviate, but what's the real lesson here? What's the great shvach? What's the great praise of Aaron HaKohen here? So I saw something, a thought, and I'm going to expound on it based on how I understand it and a little bit of my own thoughts mixed in. When the pasuk says, well, Rashi points out that the flame had to be lit on its own independently, I think that what it's saying is that there's a lot of people, educators and parents do this too, that they bring other people close, which is wonderful, and they do that, but they do it in a way that creates dependence, that they're the Talmud, in the case of a Rebbe Talmud, just for example, the Talmud stays dependent on the Rebbe. The Talmud cannot do anything on his own without the Rebbe. That is not something that is the ideal. It's not the ideal. I think what the pasuk and what Rashi is telling us here is that Aaron's greatness was not just that he was able to light the souls of other people, not just that he was able to inspire other people, but that he did it in a way that each person felt independent, that that their flame rose on their own. That was what was so special about Aaron HaKohen, and that's the ideal. That's what my Rebbe, Rabbi Zucker Zecher Tzaddik Kaddish Levracha, that's how he tried to teach his students. He encouraged people to be Magidei Shir, to learn on their own, to delve into the Torah on their own. This is what he encouraged. And I think he got it from his Rebbe, who encouraged him to be a Rosh Yeshiva. That's the ideal. That's what it's supposed to be. It's hard. It's hard. But when you're transmitting the Torah, and this goes for parents too, when you're giving things over to your kids, you want them to be independent. You don't want them to always have to be dependent on you. Of course, you're always there for them, and of course, a Rebbe's always there for a Talmud. That's not a question. But it should be, the ideal should be that a Rebbe should be able to tell his Talmud to make him grow in a way where he is independently great. Because only a connection where each person stands independently is a connection of greatness and not of weakness or neediness. That's the ideal. I believe that's the lesson that Rashi is telling us, that's what was so great about Aaron HaKohen. He did things in a way where he helped other people, but when he finished helping them, he made sure that they independently would be able to be great on their own. Have a wonderful Shabbos.